Benjamin Netanyahu has secured his place in history not just as a long-serving leader, but as the first sitting Israeli prime minister to become a criminal defendant. While the country fights a brutal multi-front war, its leader is officially charged with corruption, fraud, and breach of trust. For millions of Israelis, he has ceased to be the protector of the nation and has become a man clinging to power solely to avoid a prison cell. He is accused of weaponizing national interests to serve as his personal legal shield, endangering the very foundations of Israeli democracy in the process. Why are the people who stood by him for years now his fiercest critics? Former defense, justice, and finance ministers, men who know the system from the inside, now call him the greatest threat to Israel's survival. Former allies like Avigdor Lieberman and Gideon Sa'ar claim Netanyahu systematically lied to them, broke coalition agreements, and treated them as disposable assets. Opponents hold him personally responsible for the October 7th catastrophe. They argue that he ignored intelligence warnings for years because he was too focused on his judicial overhaul and staying in power. Former cabinet members are convinced that to please his radical base, Netanyahu has intentionally pitted citizen against citizen, tearing the social fabric of Israel apart from within. A question often echoes through Israeli society. Why doesn't President Isaac Herzog just end this drama by pardoning Netanyahu? The answer is as simple as it is harsh. The law must apply to everyone. A pardon requires a degree of repentance. Instead, Netanyahu has chosen to attack the police, the prosecution, and the judges, calling the cases a witch hunt. The president cannot pardon someone who refuses to acknowledge their crimes and actively undermines the justice system. Pardoning a high-level politician without a verdict would signal the collapse of the rule of law. The people of Israel, protesting in their thousands, aren't asking for mercy. They are demanding justice. Herzog knows that saving one man at the cost of destroying the judiciary is a price the country cannot afford. Netanyahu continues to hold on to power by relying on far-right radicals and religious factions, but his time is running out. The court hearings continue, witnesses are testifying, and the protests in the streets refuse to go quiet. To many in Israel, he is no longer a leader, but a man whose personal ambitions have become a danger to the state. A political career that began with promises of greatness risks ending in a courtroom under the weight of undeniable evidence.
The global standoff, the hunt for Netanyahu. As of today, the situation surrounding the arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu, issued by the International Criminal Court, ICC, has triggered an unprecedented rift in global diplomacy. The warrant mandates that all 124 ICC member states, the signatories of the Rome Statute, must arrest him if he enters their territory. However, in practice, nations have split into opposing camps. A number of states have officially declared that they will uphold international law and execute the warrant. The Netherlands, the Dutch foreign minister, explicitly stated that Netanyahu will be detained the moment he sets foot on their soil. Ireland and Iceland, maintaining their historically firm stance on the Palestinian issue, both nations have confirmed their allegiance to the ICC's decisions. Belgian government leadership has emphasized that the fight against impunity for war crimes remains their top priority. Hungary, the new government, in a breaking development for April 2026, the newly elected Prime Minister Peter Magyar announced that Hungary will overturn Viktor Orban's decision to withdraw from the ICC. He stated that Hungary will arrest Netanyahu if he visits Budapest, a shocking reversal, as Hungary was previously Bibi's primary sanctuary in Europe. Canada. The Prime Minister has confirmed that Canada will abide by the rulings of international courts, despite the diplomatic friction it may cause. This animal's days are numbered, and the end is near.